incredibly late or incredibly early. I don't know what time it is for you, but for me, it is midnight. And I guess that's very appropriately Taylor Swift. Midnights. It is midnight. I started this way late. I don't even know if anybody's gonna be awake right now. Usually I end my streams at like 9, and my like peak hours are like that 7 to 9 time. But I have to imagine that there are people, because a lot of people don't live where I live, and time zone changes can change like just within the U.S. The time changes can be insane, let alone people that live in other countries. And I get a lot of like international people tuning into my streams, and so if you're listening to this, it's because this stream eventually got good, and and enough people like joined this stream for it to be reasonably great to post. I have deleted streams, by the way. In the case that you have like there if you're ever wondering why I always like start my videos with like in case you're watching this, in case you're able to watch this because I posted it, there are streams that I have deleted, um, for the very simple reason that like I just didn't have anybody watching it in its like when I was doing it, and the reason why I do streams to begin with, it's so that people watch it. It's not for me. Um, it's for the interaction, and if I don't get interaction, and if I do like a stream for like 30 minutes and like people like drop in and out of my stream and like they don't say anything and I'm not interacting with anybody and I'm just talking to myself, it kind of feels a little useless to stay on for a like to do a stream for an extended period of time. Um and to do an extended period of time where I'm just talking to myself aimlessly. It is a Q&A stream. All of my streams are Q&A streams, mostly because I'd rather do that. I also always state that as well. I'd rather talk to people. That is the entire reason why I do streams. I don't do streams to play the game. I make videos to play the game, and I play the game on my own time. I'm not. It's not that I'm against playing the game. I specifically do live streams so that I can answer questions. I'd almost rather um, sit here and answer questions with you watching like a blank screen as opposed to me playing something. Most of the time, when a lot of people ask me questions, Nikita Power says hi there. Most of the time when people ask me questions, I end up usually just playing co-op, and then looking at the chat and just oh, and if you want to play co-op, if you can be amazing and write this ID number in the chat, so that I can refer people back. 210 15 618. I would appreciate it because then I can refer people to the chat and be like, my ID number is at the top of the list. Just scroll back up. It is at the top of the chat. But most of the time, I'd rather like play some useless game of co-op. I say useless because I have finished the premium pass. I finished all of the chests. I have 2 million gold that I don't know what to do with. Um, and so this game is basically useless for me right now. Um, and so most of the time I'd rather play co-op with somebody, because then it allows me to get something on the screen for people, and then it allows me to answer questions in chat. Because then chat tends to get away from me. I tend to do these really long-winded answers. Oh, it's 210, 15, 618. I'll put it back up. I should have just stayed on this page. That's like, it's almost all the numbers. Unless you're, I can't imagine that you're doing it for your own numbers. Because if you're doing it for your own numbers or your own ID number, that's incredibly close to mine. But it's 210, 15, 618. Is it just me or is Crystalmancer top tier now? Crystalmancer, to most people, a lot of people believe that it is the best thing ever. And if anything, Sharpshooter is top tier right now. Top tier, and when I say top tier, I mean top tier in a low tier. um, in the realm of the best ofs for commons, rares, and epics, the top three, I want to say in order, are Sharpshooter, Rogue, and Crystalmancer. And depending what you have, if you are discounting legendaries, because most people don't have max legendaries, most people would rather play a max Crystalmancer than a level 7 Blade Dancer, for example. They would rather play a max Rogue than a level 9 Inquisitor. Because it has talents, because it's a max card. Not necessarily because it's better, but because it is all of those things. It has max talents, it's a max card, it's a very flashy card to play, and it's something that as a free-to-play person, you can very easily obtain very early. I don't think that they're good. I think that they're good for where they are in the meta, as in they are at the best of the bottom kind of meta. But yeah, I think that that's why everybody likes playing Crystalmancer. I've been beating most builds with Crystalmancer. Yeah, Crystalmancer isn't good. But like I said, it's the reason why people think that it's good is because it's the best of the bottom. And if anything, Sharpshooters are now the best of the bottom. I don't know if you've seen it, but Sharpshooter decks are crazy. Do I play other games like, what is it? Crush Cake. Oh, I almost thought you had like a Clash Royale, like actual name as a YouTube name. Do you play other games like Clash Royale? I do not. I play other games, but this is the one that I play the most, and it's the game that has the most strategy that would be interesting to talk about that I play. I play an Archero style game. I can't remember offhand what it's called. But I used to play, what do I have? I don't even have it on here. I'll be 1 second. Okay. I had to check what my game is, and I wasn't sure what was on my desktop. Combat Quest. It's an Archero style game. There's a lot of Archero style games. And it's not really a strategy based game. Like, even if I were to stream it, there's not a lot of like talking that I would do. It's just kind of a silent game that I play. I used to play Evermerge, because I'm really into merging games, and that's the best one. I played the town one that's basically like Evermerge, but it's a town. I did play Merge Dragons at some point, but I didn't like it. I've played a lot of games over the course of my career, playing phone games. I really dove into phone games. I've played so many phone games. But this is the one that I have stuck with the longest. And it's the one that I've invested probably the most money into as well. Because I'm here for the long run, and I think that it's a very good free-to-play game. With a lot of mechanics that are not as pay-to-win as other games. A lot of people claim that this game is pay-to-win, and it's not. The quote that I always use is that it's not pay to win, it's pay to play better people, pay to play better decks. It is not a pay to win game. If anybody would like to join, if anybody would like to play co-op, by the way, I feel like a lot of people always ask for co-op. And if anybody wants to play co-op, my code, Crush Cake wrote it in the top comment, or in the comments. I can't pin comments, but it's the 210 one. It's 210 15 618. A lot of the time, I just don't like having a blank screen on the screen. Just me talking. I mean, unless you guys are fine with me talking. I guess there's 22 of you here right now, so maybe you are okay with me talking. But yeah, there's a lot of games that I play, and pay to win. This game is not as pay to win as most other games. There was a game called, I want to say Disney Heroes Battle Quest. That was the most annoying form of pay to win that I've ever seen. They came out with a mechanic where every single time they had a new update, they increased the level cap, and it was the most annoying bullshit that I've ever done in a game. And I sat through it for a little while, and I maxed out all my cards, and then and then the next update happened, and they increased the limit, and then they increased the limit, and then they increased the limit. Do you want to know how annoying it is for them to do that? It would be like current max level is 15. It would be like if in 24.0 next month, they increased the cap to 16, and all of a sudden you needed more commons, you needed more epics, you needed more rares, and all of your legendaries now go to 16, and now you need 4 copies and 10 crystals. And then in 25.0, they decided to increase it to 17, and now you need 5 copies and 20 crystals. And they didn't add anything other than a boost in damage number. So like maybe in a Blade Dancer has 1183 at max. Maybe when it gets to 16, it now has 1200. And then when it gets to 17, now it has 1300. That's what they did in Disney's Battle Quest or Disney Hero Battle Mode. And they did it for all of their cards. Currently, all of the cards in this game is 67. You'd have to upgrade 67 cards every single time they decided to do it. That is the most predatory practice that a company could do in order for you to keep spending money into the game. And it is the thing that definitely made me quit. The fact that Rush Royale has resisted the urge to increase the level cap to 16, and then to 17, and then to 18, and then to 19, and then to 20, and then to 21. The fact that they have resisted the urge to increase the level cap, and they're instead choosing to balance changes are going to happen regardless. But increasing the level cap is insanity. And I would probably quit the game if they started doing that. If all of a sudden, like 30 years from now, you see like the max level is now 100, and you need 200 copies and 4,000 crystals to upgrade from 99 to 100. You know, like if you started seeing crap like that is a pay to win mechanic. This game is not pay to win; it's pay to play better people. But anyway, nobody wants to co-op. That's crazy. Yeah, just add me. If you said somebody, Kyle Hoffman said I need help with 413. Yeah, just add me. My number is Crush Cake has it. It's 210. It's the one that starts with 2. How does the growth tile work? When you fuse 2 units on a growth tile, does the boost go to the other growth tiles? That's exactly how it works. I did a video titled "The Equipment That I Think You Should Use." Something to that effect. One of the equipment that everybody runs is the growth tile. I would never recommend using a growth tile if it's not at least epic quality. So it goes common, rare, epic. Unless you have it at epic, I wouldn't even use it. It's very difficult to merge onto the tile and merge off the tile. And it becomes increasingly difficult if you don't have a lot of tiles. The more tiles that you have, you can leave 2 on a tile and then merge on the other tile. When you have 4, you can leave 3 and then merge on the other 2. Or you can leave 2 and then merge on the other 2. It becomes easier because you can merge on and off the tile, because that's exactly what you have to do. I've been talking for a very long time, because I actually just posted a video as well. Oh. I just posted a video where I talked for like 20 minutes. Oh, I have to add both people. There you go. What I love about... Oh my god. What I love about this co-op setup is that I can play for about 10 rounds and then stop, and then play for another 10 rounds, and then that setup should basically carry me for the rest of the other 20 rounds, and then I can focus back on chat. Um, but yes, I uploaded a video. It's titled "The Equipment That I Think You Should Use," and in it, I was running a robot deck, and you can see how I in it you can see how I use growth tiles, or how you're supposed to use growth tiles. Essentially, your growth tile bonus, whatever it says. So Alliance of All Kingdoms, mine says 51%. That 51% is how many times you can merge onto it, and it just keeps increasing. So every time you merge onto a growth tile, you get 2%. You can do it, what is that, 25 times? You have to merge 25 times onto a growth tile, and then you will get anything on your growth tiles will be at that percentage. So the reason why everybody uses growth tiles, even though it's difficult to do, is because my level 11 is at 50%, whereas a magic amulet at level 6 is 20%. You're getting 50%. You're getting the difference of a magic amulet at 6 and a growth tile at 11 is 20 and 50. It's insanity. I'm just gonna mute this. I trust you can still hear me, and that you just can't hear my game sound. So right here, I just merged onto this tile. I'm getting 2% now on all tiles. Now I'm getting 4% on all tiles. Now I'm getting 6% on all tiles. And then I'm just going to build here. I'm going to get rid of that guy. Sorry, I'm going to be boring for 1 second because I just want to set this up. Like I said, it doesn't take me too long to set up. I'm actually almost done. I don't care too much about these dryads. I just figure since I have them, I might as well use them. I also don't really necessarily care about the growth tile. Not on co-op anyway. I'm gonna merge these. Actually, yeah, I have enough dryads. I'm gonna go here. I actually meant to copy that one. I should have just upgraded this one, and it would have accomplished the same thing. But now I have to do it the weird way, which is to eat this one. I was like, why didn't I just upgrade this one and then copy it? That would have been the smart play. I basically want to get these all off of level 1, specifically because if I get a red guy... Oh, that was the greatest hit. Specifically because if I get a red guy, I don't want to lose the setup. But as soon as I get like a dryad, I can go back into chat and continue answering questions. I will be a second. I guess I can... Almost there. I just want, like, a dryad. Maybe 2 dryads. Oh, that was pretty good, too. I guess if he's going to also shaman me, kind of. That's also pretty good. Curse! It's fine. See, this is exactly what I didn't want. Now I'm going to lose this, and I have to replace both of them. Oh, that was the greatest replace. I'm actually just going to leave this for right now. I don't want to keep summoning in and wasting mana. So I'm just going to go back into chat. I should be fine. Like when you add that green fairy chick, Trapper, Sword, and Harley Quinn, I beat some top tier. I don't know what that's in reference to. Um, Something about my chat that you have to understand is when I read your question, if you are responding to something I am currently saying, I'm probably not going to read it for a bit. So if you are going to write in chat, please like write a question. Please write in full sentences. I get a lot of people that'll like write in a fragment of a sentence, and I will have no idea how to respond to it because it's because most of the time you're probably asking a question about something that I said 10 minutes ago. So then, so I'll get in the chat, like I'll get an offhanded question that'll be like, how so? And I'll be like, I have no idea what that's referencing to. Like I'll be like 10 minutes later into my conversation, and I will have no idea what I said in that exact moment that you decided to write that. Play Master Duel. If Master Duel is the Yu-Gi-Oh one, I did play that when they first came out with it, and I liked it because it gave me nostalgia for playing Yu-Gi-Oh. But what I did not like about it is that is literally a pay-to-win game. Yu-Gi-Oh is the most pay-to-win game I have ever seen. More than Magic, more than most card games. It is the epitome of pay-to-win. Every like scummy practice that most players don't like about quote unquote free to play games, Yu-Gi-Oh is the worst. Again, a lot of people love to complain about Rush Royale being pay to win. Pay to win is allowing everybody to get cards to play and then all of a sudden banning that card. You can now no longer use it, and now they've come out with something else. Imagine if you decided that, you know, when Robot came out in Royal Trials, that you decided to invest in Robot because Robot was the best thing. Imagine now that Robot is banned. You can't use Robot unless it's in dungeons. And now, like, Genie is out. And and by the way, Crystalmancer, that's banned as well. Now we have Crystal Guy, and it's basically the same thing, but it's not banned, and you can't use your Crystalmancer anymore. That is Yu-Gi-Oh in a nutshell. I will not be playing Master Duel if that's what you're saying. We need talents for Ivy and Forest Elemental. Eventually, like the plan is eventually they're gonna give talents to everything. You know what we really need talents for? Archer. Archer should have talents. You see how useless that sounded? That's basically how I feel about you saying that we need talents for Ivy and Earth Elemental. I guess, you know, like when I say like, we should have talents for Archer, you're probably looking at it like, well, I'm still not going to use it because it would still be terrible, right? That's kind of how I feel about Earth Elemental and Ivy. It's possible that, you know, a new deck could emerge that some, you know, like if they came out with mechanics, right? It's possible. But look how many things that they've given talents to, and they have not broken into the meta. It takes a lot for a card. It takes a lot of unique talents for a card that's a common, rare, and epic to break into a serious deck. Portal Mage is the best example of a common, rare, epic that found a home in a deck. Specifically the talent where when you send monsters to your opponent's side, they get like plus 20% defense or something like that. That thing is being used. Oh, that was pretty good. That thing is being used in the deck. Ooh, do I do this? Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Yeah. Oh, this is really good. I like all these things. Bleep, bleep. Bleep, bleep. I don't have anything close to a 3. Oh, wait. I do have a 3 right there. Oh, and it got cured. Perfect. I can use it. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good set of things that just happened right there. Pretty good. Oh, I should have done it that way because then I would have gotten another growth style hit. Oh, still can get another growth style hit. Pretty good. Um, yeah, I can pretty much sit on this for the rest of the game. I don't really feel like I need to do anything. I mean, I can. I don't like not. You know what? I'm just gonna do that and do that. If this becomes, see, this is not a great merge right here, but I can do it because I have the space. If this becomes the best case scenario, it becomes a level 3 Blade Dancer. If it becomes a Dryad, I can copy and upgrade and then keep moving on. The worst thing that could happen is it becomes a Knight statue, but at which point, because I have this the Harlequin, I can get rid of it and then try again. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, that's fine. You have to weigh your options whenever you make moves like this. See, like right here, if this becomes a Knight statue, I can upgrade this and then eat it. If this becomes a Knight statue, I have to continue to summon in, and I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to leave this for right now. I don't have to do anything. My board is fine. I'm like doing nothing for the next 10 rounds. We're probably still going to win. Anyway. But yeah, like Portal Mage, when it has the talent to that you have to, what's it called? When you send monsters, they get plus 20% defense. And then Frost has another talent that's like when you merge it monsters gain plus 20% defense as well. And when you combine those two, that's the reason why you'll see Portal Mage in the Meteor deck. It's like Meteor, Frost, Portal Mage, Harlequin, Mime, something to that effect. So your Meteor is doing your infinite damage, and then late game, when you're sending them monsters, you can merge out a Frost, and then all of a sudden those monsters that you're sending and all of their monsters now get super defense, to where if you do it late game enough, they will lose to the wave and then lose immediately to the boss. And that's how those decks play out. And so they gave Portal Mage a good enough talent for it to push into the meta. But think about how many commons, rares, and epics have talents that literally just nobody uses, that just sit there and do nothing. There are so many, and it's always exciting when something like a common, rare, and epic get a talent, but I'm never too excited about it because I know that it's not going to be the best. Crystalmancer is an example of something that is very good for people that don't have max legendaries, because once you get your first max legendary, you will never use any of these. You can go back and play a Crystalmancer deck to be jokey, to be fun, and just to play something else. But in any serious capacity, tournament, PvP, in any serious capacity, you're never going to go back and use this as a serious deck. Sharpshooter right now is the newest Crystalmancer variant, where it's a very good card. It's an overly good card, and that's why they're going to nerf it in the next patch in a week, or next week, something like that. So it's overly good right now. They're totally going to nerf it. I questioned when they announced the nerfs, or the change list for 23.2. I questioned if it was going to be a buff or a nerf. It's definitely going to be a nerf. There are Sharpshooter decks doing 12 billion damage. It's dumb. But yeah, anyway. Definitely pay to win, man. Come on. I know that you wrote this probably a long time ago. I wish I had timestamps on all of these. This game is not pay to win. You can think that, and I trust that your argument is Riding Hood is so good. This game is pay to win. Dark Priest is, or I'm Dark Priest. Zeus is obviously a pay to win card. It's not a pay to win card, and pay to win is different for everybody. But I feel like most people have this definition of pay to win. If I put a lot of money into this game, I will always win. And the truth is, you won't. If you put $1 million into this game and you maxed out every card and you got all the best things, right? Guess what? Other people also have that. And then you'll just lose to them. That's what's going to happen. There is a counter to every deck. And even if Riding Hood's counter is another Riding Hood deck, there are people with max crit who have Riding Hood decks and max legendary equipment. Pay to win suggests that you'll win all the time. And you'll win perhaps more, or you have a better chance of winning against more decks, right? But you will in no way win all the time. You will now just be in a pool of other people that also, that's also where their account is. You cannot sink enough money into this game where you win all the time. The more money that you sink into this game, you now just play a new pool of characters. Let me give you an example. When you start this game and you have Trainer, right? And you look at somebody who has a J, right? That J looks like a pay to win card. Oh, how did they get J? Like I only have like one shard of J. How did they have a level 10 J? J looks like a pay to win card. Guess what? When you get a level 10 J, what do they have? A level 15 J. Oh, it's pay to win. They have a level 15 J. I have a level 10 J. Like if I pay money, right, then I'll get a level 15 J and I'll start winning. Okay, now you have a level 15 J. You go up against players who have a level 20 J. They're pay to win because they have a level 20 J. I only have a level 15, right? That's. I guess if you want to look at that as a quote unquote pay to win mechanic, you can take that all the way to the top and you will still lose. You can have everything in this game and you will just start playing against everybody who has everything in this game. It is not a pay to win game. That's not a pay to win. That's not pay to win. And even if you still think that that's pay to win, what are you paying to win? Another legendary at 6920, the legendaries that you don't even need because you already have all the legendaries. Are you paying to win like champion medals? Like what are you not having everything in this game is what keeps people playing this game. It is more exciting as a player to not have everything than it would be for you to have everything. Because I feel like if you had everything in this game, you would find a new reason to hate this game because you weren't winning all the time. Because you sometimes lose. You spent $1 million in this game and now you have everything and you still lose. I feel like that is a different kind of this game pisses me off than I wish I had a level 15 Riding Hood. Games only work if you feel like you're a little bit behind. Because in my example of, I have a level 10, I wish I had a level 15, being a little bit behind pushes you to play this game. And I feel like that's a good state of being in this game. Because if I gave you an example of of playing this game where you decided that you had a max Riding Hood, right? And you had the best cards and you had all the enchantment. What if I told you would only be playing against people who have common cards? That's who you're fighting in every PvP game. You're just fighting everybody who has common cards. And you knew that you were always going to win. What would be your reason for playing this game? Just to beat everybody? Just to say that you could beat everybody? I feel like that boredom that you knew you were always going to win would make you stop playing this game. This game only works if you always feel like you're a little bit behind. And a pay-to-win game where you knew that you were always going to win would be boring and you would stop playing. And so I feel like a lot of people can hate the idea that they think that this is a pay-to-win game. And assuming it is, I'm okay with being where I'm at. I'm okay with not having everything. I'm okay with having 4,431% crit and not the 6,800 that is max crit right now. I'm okay with having a level 7? What's my Riding Hood? A level 8 Riding Hood. I'm okay with having a level 8 Riding Hood and not caring that I will probably never beat Riding Hood decks 90% of the time. That doesn't make me angry. That idea that like, oh, somebody paid to win by having a level 15 Riding Hood, like that doesn't make me angry. Because I'm okay with where I am in the game. I feel like people who say, oh, this game is pay to win, they are insecure about their position in this game and they wish they were better. And if they were better and if they were the best, they'd stop playing this game. I'm 100% positive they would. If they were the best and if they knew they were always going to win, they would stop playing this game. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe not. I stick with damage boost tiles. Damage boost tiles are easier to use, obviously, because they require no setup. But your goal ultimately should be the growth tile. I didn't want to play growth tiles for a very long time because I didn't like the mini game. The mini game of having to merge onto a growth tile and then merge off of the growth tile and then merge onto the growth tile and then merge off the growth tile. I hated that mini game. But the difference is insane. The difference is insanity. The difference between like I said, a level 11 growth tile is 50% at max. And a level 6 magic amulet is 20%. The difference is insane. You have to learn how to eventually, if you want to progress in this game, you have to learn how to use a growth tile. You have to use a growth tile when it's either epic or legendary, but you eventually have to use a growth tile. It's just better. You're just going to do better numbers for almost no reason. And you just have to play that mini game. You can choose not to, but just understand your damage rate is going to be much lower. In the same way that, like, if you say you like playing Wind Archer and you don't want to play Blade Dancer because you like how Wind Archer looks, right? You can make that choice, but I'm always going to say that Blade Dancer is better. And if the choice that you want to make is I just want to use Magic Amulet because it's easier, I can't argue with that choice. If you say like Wind Archer just looks better, I can't argue with that. But I am saying that growth tile is better. As a statistical fact, growth tile is better. But that's your choice. And in some cases, it's better to use Magic Amulet. But in 95% of most situations, you should probably be using growth tile. Should I play support or my best cards? Oh, you're talking about the game that we just played. I can't stream and play. I admit the Genie needs a buff. Genie does not need a buff. Genie is one of the top 2 cards, the other card being Riding Hood. Genie does not need a buff at all. Good morning. Theodore Natanos said good morning. XCOM on my phone is the most balanced game I have ever seen, so not pay to win. I don't know what XCOM is. I know the name. I know that it is a game. I have no idea what XCOM is. Kiara says hello. I feel like hello is the extent of what Kiara says. I wouldn't say it's pay to win. Honestly, you have to spend so much money for it to make a major difference. But that's the point. The point is that it's not a major difference. It's a major difference to somebody who does not have that account. So you seeing that I have 4,431% crit, if you just started the game and you have 800% crit, that 4,431% looks like it's pay to win. But guess what? Every single game I play, I'm playing against either 4,431% crit people or more. So like the difference, it's not a difference. That's my point. My point is the game scales with you. If the game didn't scale with you, it would be pay to win. If you could beat people, if I was still matched with 800% crit people, that would be a pay to win game. If whenever I go into PvP and I'm trying to climb the ladder, if I could get paired with anybody, if that included 500% crit people and 4,000% crit people, that is a pay to win. That would make this a pay to win game. Because if you had higher crit and you fought against much lower people, it's pay to win. You have more crit. You will always win against those people. That would be a mechanic where you are always winning. You are not always winning because you are reasonably paired with people of equivalent value to you. That's why it's not pay to win. That's actually the exact reasons why it's not pay to win. Thank you. I will always use this example now. From now on, I will always use this example instead of my long-winded example. What game is this? Oh, it's Rush Royale. There we go. Thank you. And then somebody said hello. What would I say is the best Genie deck? Just go into replays, go into worldwide, and look up that list. Just go into like League 9, go to worldwide, go to like League 10, League 11, and you'll see the best Genie decks. Maybe. There we go. 4.9 billion damage. Afreet's Fire, Spiritual Cleansing, Reckless Wish, Magic Knockout, Dryad, right, left, Enchant Sword, right, Summoner, right, left. There you go. Zeus. You're done. Sturdy Staff, because you need to constantly summon in. Because you need to constantly summon in genies. Mage Robe, because Mage Robe is the best. Growth Tile, because Growth Tile is the best. Yep. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just whenever you're, yeah, see, look. Watch, I'll find another Genie deck. It'll basically be the same. Genie. Right. Enchant Sword. Right. Dryad. Right. Carousel. Nobody uses Carousel. There's a part of me that doesn't even think Carousel works as intended. Right, left. Summoner. He only has a level 9 Summoner. And for some reason, he's using J. He still did 20 billion damage. It almost doesn't even matter. He still did 20 billion damage. Oh, but Genie needs a buff. Mermaid. Right. Enchant Sword. Right, left. Left for the approving glance. That's interesting. That seems like, I guess it's better than leaving the Eternal Gaze on the field. Maybe. I don't know. Summoner. Right, left. Dryad. Right, left. It's, and a mermaid. For extra protection. Spear, because everybody normally runs Spear, but I do think that Sturdy Staff is probably the right choice, specifically because everybody is running Mage Robes, and you need to summon in order to continue rolling the Genie deck. Like, if you can't summon in to get the timer back, you just die. And then Growth Tile, because everybody runs Growth Tile. Like, this is all you have to do. If you want to see the best of the best, like, just go to Worldwide, go into the top like 9, 10, 9 and above. Like, just go into 9 and above and just look at a deck. But these decks are the best because they have all of the talents. You might be able to sub something out if you don't have all the talents. I'm from Brazil. I'm going to watch this live even if I don't understand what you're talking about. I do a lot of talking. So, oh, I should probably type this. I can't type it. This is the one thing that I don't like about YouTube, is that I can't type in my own chat. I can bring up my chat. Maybe I can. No, I can't. There's no mechanic on my own phone to type in chat, and I don't like it. But yeah, this stream is going to be a little bit difficult if you don't understand the language, which he didn't understand because he doesn't understand the language. But yeah, if somebody else wants to co-op, you can. Because I don't know what to do. Everybody left. It's just me and Silva. And I don't think Silva understands what I'm talking about. It's really sad. Request a unit. Completed. Collect. Yeah, I can totally do that. Co-op is what I live for on these streams, because it allows me to not hold my phone, or to not need to necessarily hold my phone, because I could just like mindlessly play through co-op. My rule for co-op is just do damage. You don't need to support me. I can play through every level by myself, like without you doing anything. So the only way you can help me is by dealing damage and killing things so that it's quicker. Kiera is here too. I feel like you're the person like watching this with zero knowledge of Rush Royale. Like I trust that you don't even play this game. So if you have personal questions, you may feel free to ask me personal questions, because that's where I am right now. Nobody's here. Nobody'll watch this. It'll be fine. I mean, I guess I'll post it, but there's a big part of me that doesn't know if like when like when they see like a 2 hour live stream, like who sits there and like watches it like watches an old like 2 hour live stream. Do people do that? I mean, I would do that. I watch the John Campea show every day. It's like my favorite thing to do. It got me through the pandemic. John Campea saved me through the pandemic. Something to have like as a consistent source of like something to do every day. It got me through the pandemic, as did this game actually. That's basically when I started playing 2020. I feel like that's basically when I started this game. Did that guy not want to play? Is he gone? But yeah, I'm pretty sure 2020 is when I started playing this game. Maybe 2021? I've been playing this game for a while. You are here. How come you haven't sent me a request? Oh, I thought weren't you already playing with me? 210, 15, 618. It's all the way at the top of the chat. Something cake. Crush cake wrote it. I'm told that if I pull up this screen, you can't see the bottom of the screen. It's the one that starts with a 2. Nope. There it is. Yeah, whatever your highest level is. Give me a chance to rest my voice. Doop. Genie Clown. I have to assume that means you don't have Harley Quinn. Or a talented genie. Interesting. All right. Puppeteer. You know, at this point, I think I just set up that way. I already have 3. I'm just going to leave that there as well. I'm going to go here, here. Perfect. I'm going to go here, 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 here. Look at all this. Look at all this perfect plan. Oh, look at all that. And I'm done. And we're done here. I was doing some stream and somebody was like, this is the reason for Blade Dancer. Co-op. It's just like the easiest deck to set up in co-op. And then it just sits there being self-sufficient. And then you're done. You're done with co-op. You just do this, and then that's it. You finished every co-op level. Just level 2 everything, and you're done. Oh, here we go. Oh, I should have just... That would have been easier. Oh my god. A lot of triads. Ooh, power move. Yeah, let's do that. There's a part of me... There's a part of me that thinks if I just sit on this, I'll still win. Like that I don't think I need to do anything for the rest of this game. Like if I can get this to be a Blade Dancer, here we go. I'll stop. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm just gonna leave this here. Ironically, nobody is asking me questions. I don't really want this to be a quiet stream. So I suppose until somebody writes anything in the chat, I guess I'll just play sound so that I can rest my voice. Well, I guess it's just you and me, Salmon. There's a part of me that trusts that you can't hear this because you're probably playing this game, but um, I don't actually have anything to do on Rush Royale. This is literally like whenever I stream, it's literally viewer based. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me and you can type. Okay, so in that case, I'll talk directly to you because you're the one person that's here. The reason why it says 3 people in chat, my other phone is also in the chat, so it is always +1 person in the chat, and that's so that I can read chat. I can't read chat on the phone that I'm using to play Rush Royale, which is weird. It works sometimes. It's very the app, the way that you stream through your phone is very bad. It's terrible. So I have to use a secondary device to pretend like I'm in the chat so that I can read the chat. And that's what I use my other phone for. So now it's currently just 2 of us. I'm assuming that the reason why you asked me what's the best Genie deck, it's because you use Genie as your main damage dealer. But I also have to assume that you have other DPS cards. What are your other legendaries? Because I have to believe that you have to have something better than, I'm assuming, this level 7 Genie. Like, what are your other, like, legendary DPS cards? If you're worried about playing the game, you don't have to worry. I can do the rest of these 3 waves. Unless you disconnected, at which point that's much worse. Blade Dancer, what are your highest? I have to disconnect to type. Yeah, don't do that. I thought you could type freely because you typed before. But if you can't, then just we'll finish out these 2 rounds, and then you can do it, or you can check. Because if you disconnect, you won't get the rewards, and that's the whole point of this. Because I don't care about any of these rewards. Okay. Yeah, so I can look at the decks that you have built, assuming that they're different, to get a better sense of what legendaries you have, theoretically. Um, 825% crit. You're so early in this game that level 7 Genie is probably your best thing. The game doesn't become serious until you get 2K crit. In all honesty, um, the fact that you're at 5192 trophies is insanity. With like sub 1000 crit. You're like 50, 51? You're like almost to the 5225 with less than 1000 crit is insanity. I feel like people with 2K crit get to about 5225 and that's about it. The fact that you're sub 1000 crit and you're that high in trophy count is ridiculous. That's like the power of how good Genie is. The only deck that you lose to is Demon Hunter. There's a part of me that questions how good... I'm assuming that you're running Clown because you don't have Harlequin. Yeah. The fact that you got Dryad is really good. What are your legendaries? What is a total list of your legendaries? And I'll assume that they're all at 7 unless you tell me otherwise. They're all at 7. Okay. I don't think Enchant Sword is worth it. I don't know what you replace it with. But when you tell me your other legendaries, I can figure out something to build. Like what I would build if I had all of those. Level 7 Blade Dancer. Yeah, level 7 Blade Dancer doesn't work because you have to have level 9 for Blooming Dash. Level 7 changes everything. Stasis Trapper Shaman and then everything in this deck. And Banshee. And then everything in this deck. Everybody has Hex. Hex and Frost. Banshee. Yeah. Night Statue. That's a really good assortment of things. It sucks that they're all at 7. But it's always nice to have one of everything. Like when you're starting. Just so that you have options. Is that everything? And then like a duplicate trapper. You know what's funny is Trapper is really good at high level, but even as a person with a... Oh, did they change this? I might have to watch an ad. Even as a person with a level 10 Trapper, I'd rather use Chemist. I'd rather use him, even as a person with a level 10 Trapper, I'd rather use a Max Chemist. I think Chemist is better in most situations, but then Chemist also requires that you have Scrapper, and you don't have Scrapper. So Trapper is the better option for you, But I do think Chemist is easier if you have Scrapper. But if you don't have Scrapper, then Trapper is better. Um, if the only thing that you die to is Shaman, there's a part of me that wants to suggest that you just run. Or I'm sorry, the only thing that you lose to is Demon Hunter, there's a part of me that wants to suggest that you run Shaman. Because Shaman would take down their ranks, theoretically, and that is what Demon Hunter needs. Like, it needs to be, you have to have like 40 ranks. Um, I don't know what you take out though. I think you take out Enchant Sword. I think you take out Enchant Sword. You can either take in. I think you take out Enchant Sword and you just run Shaman. Um, and I think that if you go up against Demon Hunter, you use Clown to copy Shamans, you focus Shamans, and if you go up against anything else, focus Dryads with your Clown. Yeah, I would replace Enchant Sword with Enchant Sword is really difficult in the when you first get it. At level 7, at level 9 it's a little bit better because of Awakening. At level 11 it's a little bit better because of double power sometimes. It really only shines at 13. I don't think Enchant Sword is good at low level. It's too hard. You're only getting two orbs every time you merge two of them, and it's random, so it could potentially hit a genie and a dryad, or a genie and a clown, or a dryad and a clown. It's bad. You're not getting as much value out of an enchant sword unless you have it leveled up, and especially at a level 7, even if you got all 10 orbs on genies, it's not that big of a bonus. It's not a big enough of a bonus to matter. And so in the PvP ladder, I would replace Sword with Shaman. And if you're playing against Shaman, use Clown to copy all the Shamans and then Shaman them. And if you're not playing against Demon Hunter and you would beat them anyway, use Clown on Dryads and upgrade your genies. And then just merge out Shamans whenever. That's what I would do. And don't use Amulet of Weakness. It's not giving you any benefit, unless that's the only amulet that you have. But use Amulet of... the Magic Amulet, or use the... use Magic Amulet, or... Don't use Growth Tile. Just use Magic Amulet. Never mind. The only way to grind gold is co-op. That's literally it. It's there is no other way. I feel like people ask me this all the time as well. Like, what's the best way to farm gold? There's only one way. It's co-op. Co-op gives you the most gold. Nothing else does. There is no other way to farm gold. You can't even say farm gold in PvP. They're giving you like 100 gold every time you win. They're giving you like thousands of gold every time you win in co-op. It would be just play 5 battles every single day. I'm gonna watch an ad.
We fail, we fall, we lose control. Enough!
Yeah, at least Amulet is giving you a bonus. As well as you have like a common Amulet of Weakness. It like gets rid of one of their tiles, and even if they use the tile, it doesn't give them that much of a it doesn't make that much of a difference. Magic Amulet will at the very least give you something because you're so low in trophies that you just need to deal more damage. You just need to do everything that you can to deal more damage. I don't even think I would recommend Night Statue either. Not without Scrapper. I don't think it's going to be that much easier with Magic Amulet, but I know it'll be much easier than if you were running Magic or Amulet of Weakness. You won't notice a difference with Amulet of Weakness. I wouldn't use Bestie. Bestie is not good for anything. Trainer is good until you get J. And J gets better if you have a level 5 J. Level 5 or above. And then Mermaid is probably going to be the best at level 5 or above. Yeah. With co-op, don't run Shaman, because then you'd be shamaning the other person. I don't know, I still wouldn't use Enchant Sword either. What would I use? Because you just have to deal more damage. The Reddit is terrible. If you go onto the Discord and you go into English chat, there will probably be more helpful people because somebody's always on there. Genie doesn't have a high attack rate either. Do you have Sharpshooter? Like, what level is your Sharpshooter? Is that 12? I don't know what 122 is. Oh, the time? It is. That is correct. What level is your Sharpshooter? Before they nerf it. We'll never know. We're actually not going to know? We'll never know. Uh-huh. Bleep. What is the notification? Oh, it's probably this. Oh, no, there is an actual other notification. Go, 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 go. Nope. Oh, was there a trainer in there? that what that was? Tamer. That's what I meant. Ugh. I think 10 is the... Is 10 the most? Is it the highest level? 10. We're almost there.
We fail, we fall, we lose.
I used to play Hero Wars Alliance. I don't know. I don't necessarily know why I stopped playing that game. I didn't think it was bad. I don't know. I think I just got bored with it. That's why I quit. I remember now. They just kept adding different modes. And it felt weird. Like, you could argue that Rush Royale has done the same thing. Because when this game started, it was just PvP and co-op, and that's it. And then they added tournament, and that was cool, because it was like something that you could do with your clan. And then they added events, and that was cool, because it's like a weekly thing. But then they added, like, dungeons. Or, I'm sorry, not dungeons. Then they added dragons. And then you're like, this is just another thing. And then they added, like, quests and Heroes Tavern and holiday events. So I guess you could, like, argue that it's something that they do here as well. I was probably going to do a video tomorrow about my thoughts on Spirit Master. Because I should have done it today, and I just didn't. But I think that it's more in line with what they want for the game. Because it was too powerful to have both a upgrade mechanic as well as like a level up upgrade mechanic as well as a cleanse. And so them separating the two makes sense for the game. That you have to choose between the two. If it had the ability to do both, like imagine a monk that has both tranquility and illumination. Like there would be no reason to play the game. And essentially, when the reason they had to change illumination to make it even worse. So they changed it 3 separate times. Originally, it upgraded the lowest, it 100% upgraded the lowest ranking thing. And so you had the ability to just make everything a 2, and then make your entire field a 3, and then make your entire field a 4, and then make your entire field a 5, and then make your entire field a 6. You still had to activate it a lot of times, but it helped so much against Shaman decks. It gave you like the biggest chance against Shaman decks. And so then they added Mermaid, and you had Mermaid and that, and you had an infinite way to protect your field and just sit there. So what they then decided to do was they changed it to, instead of being the lowest ranking thing, it was a random thing, but it still gave you 100% merge, like level up mechanic, right? At which point you still had the ability to do the exact same thing, which was sit on a field of monks and then mermaid yourself and press the button, and then mermaid yourself and press the button. And you have an infinite way of doing both again, right? So then they had to change that, and then they made it 50%. It only upgrades sometime, or you could get a cleanse all the time. Nobody ever chooses the cleanse talent because an upgrade mechanic is always usually better, because you have Mermaid, and so you don't really need to cleanse. I think that is going to stay true, and people are just going to use the upgrade talent as opposed to the the merge or the cleanse talent, but the cleanse talent was so helpful, and that's why it was able to run what's it called, Mari. And I think when you give people the choice of either being able to cleanse or to upgrade, I think people are gonna pick the upgrade, and then the free upgrades, and then just use mermaid. At which point the value of a mermaid goes up, because now everybody just wants to use mermaid. Am I talking to myself? I might be talking to myself. I think I'm talking to myself because I think everybody has gone from my chat. Oh, just kidding. You're still here. Okay. Yeah, so I think that people are still here. Okay. Maybe the people that are in top chat is oh, got it. Okay. I always assume that my top chat thing is the amount of people that are in chat, because I have a sub account that is watching chat, and I always assume that that's that. Anyway, but yeah, I think the value of mermaid is going to go up. The value of mermaid being important. At which point, I feel like they're probably gonna nerf mermaid again. Because then everybody is going to be using mermaid. Like Mari Dex was, or what's it called? Spirit Master Dex was one of the decks that used something other than Zeus and mermaid. And so like, because it used Mari, it was one of the only decks that used Mari. And when there was a balance, you know, like Inquisitor decks use J, most decks use Zeus. But like you have the occasional like Spirit Master deck that uses Mari. Nobody uses Gadget, basically. I feel like now that Mari decks are also probably going to use Mari. I'm sorry. Spirit Master decks are also going to use Mermaid. I think that the value of Mermaid is going to go up. And I think that if the value of Mermaid goes up too much, to where most decks are running Mermaid, they're just going to nerf mermaid. I could see that becoming a possibility a couple patches from now. You binged my videos yesterday. My speaking voice is amazing. I've been speaking for a lot of my life. And I don't mean that as a sarcastic, you know, I usually have that sarcastic kind of humor. But I've been trying to be popular in a lot of different forms. I've had multiple YouTube channels where I did this. I used to video blog. That's how I started. Just video blogging about my life. That's how I got into social media. It was like just talking for long periods of time about my life. About like, because I was sad for long periods of time, and I used to just talk to nobody, which is why this is very easy for me. I can just talk to nobody about something that I'm passionate about. And back then I was passionate about disliking a lot of my life. And so I would talk for like 30 minutes about something that happened to me that day, or how I feel about like my life and the future and everything. And then I started doing just other things. I got into line dancing, and so I started doing line dance tutorials online, as well as teaching line dance. So that also was something that I used to speak. I've been, as my actual job, I serve. And so serving is literally just talking to people. And so that is another aspect where I'm just constantly talking. But like video blogging and talking to people as if they are right next to me is just something that I do incredibly naturally. I got into card magic at some point, and card magic is 90% story and 10% magic. When I was 12, I used to pretend like I was making storytime videos while playing Minecraft Factions. That makes sense, man. It's so easy to follow your speech pattern. So clear, concise, steady, and engaging. That was another thing. Clear, concise, steady, and engaging. My mom, one of my hatreds of life, is that when I was growing up, my mom, she was always correct in everything. She was always right. She was the person, she was a single parent for like 90% of my life. And she was the only person that had final say in everything, obviously, because she was the parent, but also obviously because she was a single parent and I was a single child, or only child, single child, only child. And she was always right. So no matter what I said, she was always right. I could have ultimate defense about something that I thought I was right about, and she would always be right. And I always felt that if I just knew more, if I just, controlled my facts, if I, figured out every kind of argument that person could potentially say, that person being my mom, if I could just predict everything that she might say and have a counter for that, I would be able to beat her in an argument. And she would finally say, like, you're right. And guess what? It never happened. She was always right. She was the parent. She could be like, I won't feed you tomorrow. If you want to keep like arguing, I won't feed you tomorrow. And what was I going to say to that? Right? But that entire experience trained me to never talk unless I have something to say. The problem that I find with most people nowadays is that they just talk just to talk. They don't like think about what they're saying, or they don't think about what they're gonna say. They just talk aimlessly about nothing. I always know where I'm going with a conversation before I get to the end of that conversation. I've already predicted that ending, and I just work towards that ending. It's just something that was a negative experience as a child, and I've turned it into a positive. Parents and women always right? Basically, yeah. That's basically, yeah. But that's a whole other conversation. I feel like I should probably end this stream now that this is all winded down. I trust that somebody needs co-ops. That's the other thing about my channel. I instantly subscribed. That's the other thing about my channel. I don't post a lot. Because whenever I find that I keep getting the same question all the time, I will post like a video, and then I'll be able to refer people back to that video whenever they have that question again. I just posted a video, how much have you spent in Rush Royale? Because people always ask me that question. And it got to the point where I have now made a video that's specifically designed to answer that question, so that I don't have to. I can just point people to that video. So I don't, so the way that you can do co-op. Like, just, if you're in chat, and you want to play another co-op because you have maps or whatever, you can just send them. I just don't know. I don't know. Whenever I do live streams, I don't know what to do. So I usually just sit on this screen and I wait for somebody to send me a co-op. I make videos when I have something to say. And I don't have something to say every day. You can't get to the next floor until 1400 crate. Yeah, but do you have extra maps? Because you should be using 5 maps a day. You should be using every single one of your maps a day. That is the best way to farm gold. If you want to farm gold, use all 5 maps. Don't do co-op like when you don't have maps. But if you have maps, like just use all 5 maps every day. I don't in the interest of oh no, you're running the shaman. No. It's fine. In the interest of yeah, it's fine. In the interest of oh my god. This is gonna be rough. I'm not going to be able to do 2 things at one time. So I'm going to set this board up. I'm going to attempt to set this board up while getting shamaned. Bleep, bleep, bleep. You know, in all honesty, just don't play the game. Just don't do anything. I can beat this without you doing anything. Just don't do anything. I'll give you an easy game. It'll actually be easier if you don't do anything. Bleep, bleep. I just need to set this up really quick, and then we can do nothing for 40 rounds. Co-op is so dumb. I'll give you sound here. Actually, I'm probably fine right here. Okay. So yeah, it's supposed to be 20 rounds soon. I don't know when, but they're changing it from 40 rounds to 20 rounds. I don't know if they're gonna retroactively change co-op level 13 to 20 rounds or add co-op level 14 and make that 20 rounds. But in either case, I'm excited so that I don't have to sit through 40 rounds of nothing. Because that's what co-op is to me right now. It's just like sitting endlessly for this to end. But yeah, I don't, unlike other YouTubers, and make no mistake, the correct way to YouTube is to post every day on a schedule. It's to post every day at a specific time to make your followers expect that you're going to do a video, that you're going to post a video, so that they all watch that video at that specific time. Because if you don't, followers will tend to forget that you're even in their feed, and they will watch all of their other people. And if you just kind of post randomly, they might not catch it. Because if you decide to post, 5 o'clock on a Tuesday and then skip 2 weeks and then 7 o'clock on a Thursday, right? As opposed to somebody who posts every Monday, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 o'clock, you know to expect it. That is the correct way to YouTube. There is an actual formula. That is the correct way. I don't do that. And I don't do that because I'd rather post when I have something interesting to say, when I want to talk about something, when I'm excited about something, when I want to. I'd rather post when I have something that I feel like this needs to be a post, this needs to be a video. I'd rather post for that than, oh my God, it's another Monday. I have to post at 5 o'clock. I just have to do any kind of content. and just put it out there. Because yeah, you can do that for a while. You can do that for some amount of time. Like when you start your channel and you could think that I have infinite content and I will always be able to do this. And the true fact is it's diminishing. When you start, it'll be really good. And as you continue, as you stay in the game, and as you like continue posting about the one subject that you post about, eventually your content will start to diminish. And because people will always expect excellence, if you give them something less than that, they will notice. I'd rather just make good videos all the time. I'd rather be proud of every video that I make. I'd rather like address a question that I get all the time and make one defining video answering that question, as opposed to just answering it every day for content, because that's what essentially I would be doing. And so I do appreciate that you guys subscribe to me, but I just want you to understand, I don't post on a schedule. I don't even live stream on a schedule. I don't live stream every day. My last live stream, people asked me if I live stream every day because I live streamed the previous day. And I don't. I don't live stream on a schedule because I'm not free all the time. As a server, I don't have a set schedule. So like sometimes I will pick up a double. I will be at work at lunch and then they will ask me to work at night and I'll be like, yeah, I need money. I'll work at night. And it's fine. And so I can't, I can't, with videos, it's different. You can pre-make videos and then schedule them onto YouTube. With live streaming, if you're not there, then the live stream just doesn't happen. And I don't want to disappoint my fans like that. I'd rather them be excited that they caught a live stream than have them be disappointed that I didn't do a live stream because I was supposed to be on a schedule and then I couldn't. There's just like, this is probably the worst way to do YouTube. But I've been doing YouTube for so long and I've tried the other ways and I don't, eventually I stop YouTubing. Eventually, I noticed the dip in my quality of videos and, eventually I noticed, my, subscribers like waning interest in my videos. And a lot of things bother me in trying to, quote unquote, be popular on YouTube. Because that's essentially what this is. It's trying to be popular. You wouldn't be doing it if you weren't trying to be popular. Anybody who says otherwise is lying to you. If people say that like they just do it just to do it, they just do it because like they don't care about subscriber count or view count or comments. If that's what they're saying, like you'll get that a lot from like Instagram, people that post pictures of themselves all the time. And they say that like, oh, like somebody will inevitably write in the comments, oh, you're just doing this to be popular. And they're like, oh, I don't care if you watch me. I just do this for myself. If you took pictures of yourself and it was just for yourself, you would never post it. Because you wouldn't care what other people thought. You wouldn't care about what they thought about how you look or who you are. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of like YouTubers and Instagrammers and people that are in the social media world, they think that they do it for themselves. And the truth is, if they did it for themselves, they would not post about it. For instance, people that do not have sex videos, right? People that do not film themselves having sex. Why don't you? Why don't you film yourself having sex? Why don't you film yourself masturbating? It's because you don't care what other people think about that. So you don't. People that do that, they care about what people think about them, about what people think about them. They are trying to be popular. Anybody who posts anything on the internet so that other people can see and subscribe and like and comment, you are trying to be popular. And not enough people like accept that fact. And I accept that fact. And that's why I post whenever I want to post. Because I'd rather do this in my own way, even if I am less popular for it. Because I'd rather be happy doing this than start to hate everything because I'm not popular enough. Because I know that I'm doing the correct things and it's not making me more popular. Like I'm sacrificing work shifts because I have to be home right now to do a live stream. Or I'm sacrificing, time with a friend or something because I have to post a video. Like I don't want to feel like that. Anyway, that was my dissertation on popularity. That's something that I can talk about for a very long time. Again, being in this space and trying to be popular for so much of my life, I've just learned a lot of different things about who I am as a person and what I like doing in trying to be popular. Like, what is my favorite way of doing this? Afriend Gaming, great guy, but seems like forced posts. He posts, he used to make like individual posts like that he specifically talked about while the game was happening because he was actively playing that game. I've noticed that what he does now is it's just taken directly from his live stream, which is what most content creators are doing. Because why do both? Why live stream and then separately do a video? That's just double work, right? And again, that's part of that is just having to post all the time and having to create content. The hardest thing about being a content creator is creating content all the time. And so if you can live stream on Twitch and then just rip the best part of that and use that as your video, you're also able to promote your Twitch. It's cross promotion. And you're also able to create content. It's a very nice cycle. I understand why he's doing it. It's the best way to save time. And that's what you have to think about as an active YouTuber. He is making money off of this, and money encourages you to do more. I don't make anything off of this. I'm doing this. I was going to say, I'm doing this because I like doing this. I'm doing this because I have thoughts about this game and I want people to know my thoughts about this game. Regardless of whether or not they subscribe to me or if they like my content or not. I have a lot of thoughts on this game, and enough people, I want to say 650 people, have subscribed to me to say that they appreciate it. See, that's the other thing. Like, if nobody commented, if nobody like subscribed to my channel, I wouldn't have a channel. I would stop YouTubing. But enough people have, like said positive things about my videos and my content that it makes me do this. If I started getting paid, like how Afriend is getting paid, if I, like whenever he does Twitch streams and people donate, right? It would encourage me to maybe drift to doing what he's doing. If I could skip a shift, right? See, because I'm saying right now, like, I want to, post whenever I want to post because I don't want to feel like I have to do this. I feel like I would feel like I have to do this if it was paying me. And if it was paying me, then maybe that shift at work I don't need to pick up because I could make that amount of money doing this. Money changes everything. Money changes a lot. And that's one of those things. It's just like, that's what every like YouTuber will say. It's that, like they do this like part-time because they also have a day job until this starts paying them more than their day job, at which point now then they can dedicate 100% of their time to doing this because this is now their job and they can like make a living YouTubing. And that changes everything. Then all I would think about is making Rush Royale content videos. But that's not currently my life. So I'd rather do this whenever I can so that I continue making content that I'm proud of. I don't have short explanations. I don't know if you can tell that about me, but I don't have short explanations for anything. I have very long stories for everything. I've just been doing this for a while. This is not my first rodeo. It's not my first rodeo for trying to be popular. I've had like 5 or 6 Instagram accounts. I've had 4 or 5 different YouTube channels. I've picked up a large quantity of just random things that I've tried to be popular for. I don't even want to summon in. Summoning in would just screw me over at this point. I don't even need to summon in. Like, I will beat this with this setup. It's definitely 2 o'clock. I think I'm going to call it a day. I have been streaming for the past 2 hours. Oh, I guess that was easy because I started at midnight. That was an easy time frame. But yeah, after these 5 rounds, I'm definitely going to sign off because I should definitely go to sleep. My eyes are starting to droop now. I'm starting to like, I can feel the strain of me trying to keep them awake. To everybody that is currently here and everybody that was here, thank you for joining this live stream. Thank you for being awake this either late or early, whatever it is for your time zone. And yeah, thank you for enjoying my content. Because, like I said, in all honesty, I wouldn't be doing this if you didn't let me know that you were enjoying my content. I have also tried to be popular in specific things, and the specific reason why I dropped out of them was everybody stopped caring. And in all honesty, when I first started this channel, I didn't have a lot of subscribers. I didn't have a lot of feedback either. And so for a big period of time, I stopped posting. And then I just found myself with free time. And then I just started like rapidly posting again because I was really excited about whatever was going on in the game at the time. And then over the course of time, I figured out how to live stream. And then I don't know, I got into a rhythm of figuring out how to post videos, how to screen record, and how to make thumbnails. And it was all manageable. And then I just started, and then I got this ball rolling, and then everybody started subscribing and watching my videos and liking them. And I feel like as a YouTube person that watches videos, I feel like you probably don't think that that matters. Like whenever every YouTuber says like, comment, and subscribe, but just know that it does matter. Because if you didn't do that, and I thought that I was just talking to myself and nobody cared, I would stop doing this. So thank you. I did not do a video about changes to Spirit Master. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. Nice to chat with you live. Much love from the West Coast. I used to live on the West Coast. So that's fun information. I will catch you guys next time.